It is a bit calm following that commotion that we observed about just over an hour ago, where of course, the taxi commuters had an altercation with the Metro Police. This after the Metro Police stopped a taxi that was full. And now, of course, you would understand that, Desiree, it goes against the current regulations that have been imposed for public transport, such as taxis. There's a particular number that they have to comply with, in line with, of course, the ideal of realizing the whole social distance goal. So this particular taxi was packed to capacity. They were pulled off, and of course the commuters were not having it. Some of them saying that they've been waiting from as early as 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and they have to get to their workplaces. And the reality is they were also chasing the public transport deadline, which of course is 9 o'clock. So saying that it is nearing 9 o'clock and they need to be off the roads, but they also anxious about possibly losing their job. So it really was a tight situation that was happening here. A lot of the commuters being emotional, angry, and saying that not enough provisions were made, and it seems like they were not really well catered for. And this is still the reality for some of the taxi commuters here at this transport depot. Here's a gentleman. He's been sitting here and hoping that maybe they can make provisions for him, Desiree, as of course we have reached that 9 o'clock deadline. And that if you can just tell us, you've been sitting here, you're hoping to be assisted. Where are you from? Where are you going, and so forth?
No, ke amo senturele ke tloa ke le mo Amaskrale. Ke amo senturele mo Phamalata. And ke emetse taxi since ka 5 o'clock. And then no ke 9:30. I hope it tla maybe a re itse. Mara isa tla le hona ora re le mmereko re fella. Ka re go mmereko mba re file le di permit tsa gore tle mmereko. And then a re itse ro ira bang ka gore di taxi tsa teng ra di emela a di tlhelle.
Do you think that enough provisions were made to cater for people such as yourselves, perhaps, who have to get early transport to get to your workplaces? Do you think that they made enough arrangements to cater for you, to make sure that people like you have transport?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's sister. Mara, can I hope we are come merekong batlhaloanya or transport I think. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Desiree there, one of the many taxi commuters just expressing their frustration as to how they have been, affected by the first day of the national lockdown. Here you have a gentleman who, of course, is raising a serious concern as we faced with this lockdown, the possibility of him losing his job. So let's get reaction from the taxi industry and just find out how are they going to deal with this situation, and will they be making provisions for some of the commuters who are stuck here, and this beyond the national public transport deadline that has already kicked in. It's way past 9. So let's speak to Mr. Jabu Mahlangu. He is from Santago, and here, how exactly is he going to respond to this situation here at the taxi rank? Mr. Mahlangu, it is a situation, the law has kicked in. How are you planning to help these commuters?
We are busy coordinating transport for them because we understand that people didn't get the message clearly, and this is our 5th day, and we'll have a backlog like this once. And even the people outside there, they don't understand what was the meaning of transport being cut off at night. And the other thing, other people, they did have a problem where they started from. And when they come to connect, only to find that the taxis are not here, and some taxis are having a problem. We were supposed to also to have stickers for the cars that are working. Even the law enforcement knows that, but now our government didn't take out those things. But we are going to sort it out with the government to see what can be done for these people, and even the cut-off time, what can we do over that, because people are really suffering. And we understand why the government says he doesn't want people on the street. And we also want to assist the government just to take away commuters away from the street so that people who are needed outside there, they could be at work or either at home. That's what we want to do. Deliver all the message that's that way.
I'm sure the taxi understand the sensitivity of the situation. We're dealing with a life threat here. Social distancing is essential. Now, the taxi that was actually stopped was full to capacity. It means that people were sitting next to each other. If there could have been one person infected in that taxi, it might impose a huge risk. What are you planning to do to really stress this particular message to your drivers that it is imperative for them to stick to the limit that has been imposed in the regulations to make sure that we do not spread this virus any further?
As coordinators of Gauteng, we are really committed to go according to the law that was passed on so that people must not sit next to each other. In fact, because we were not even given the number of the capacity that the minibus should have, we tried to split on the seat, on the row of the seat, so that we take out each one passenger or two, so that the bus can have more space and more room inside. And we understand, unfortunately, some of the ranks that we are having around Tshwane are not understanding, or they didn't get the message, because some people just pulled their cars and said they won't work for a less number of people. They also wanted to work for a correct number of people. But according to the government and according to the law, we have to abide to the law, because this disease, we all don't know about it. But as long as we work accordingly, maybe we can beat this disease. And I play with the taxi industry also to understand and bear with us for this time of 21 days of lockdown, that they must also abide to the law. And for the drivers, yes, we understand. Everybody wants money. Yes, we are not going to make money, but this is a situation that caught us, and we are not blaming anybody. It's natural.
All right. Thank you so much there, Mr. Jabu Mahlangu. He is from Santago. Of course, just giving the view on what happened here at the Marabastad taxi rank this morning with that commotion that we saw with the angry and frustrated commuters who say that they have not been catered for. They've been waiting since very early morning, and they're chasing, of course, a deadline that is not going to be in favor of them saving their jobs. So many of them caught between a rock and a hard place. It is about saving lives, but yet at the same time saving jobs. For now, let's give it back to you in studio.